Welcome. Cryptocurrencies to invest in 2020. Buy the dip, essentially. Where are we? It's the 1st of March. Welcome, everyone. This is a bit different. I know it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday evening to you guys. But let's get into it. Let's pick 5 coins that you can buy the dip in. And I'm going to show you where you could potentially buy them. So everyone, welcome. Screen Coin Market Cap, the standard edition of the YouTube channels these days. Now, I'm going to pick out 5 coins. These 5 coins, I'm going to explain lesson-wise how to buy the dip. Free link below in terms of my premium, in terms of how to get involved with my company and how to get, the education behind you to learn more. But ultimately, this is a great method that you should be using, and a lot of people don't use it. A lot of people do the following. I like a coin, you do a little bit of research for like 10 seconds, you buy it. All in, boom, oh shit. Don't do that. So I want to teach you how to do it though. So the first coin I want to go through is Ethereum. Cool. Let's make it nice and big and nice. Now this is a weekly time frame. Get used to using the weekly time frame. Why? Because it's awesome. You can map out key levels really, really easily. Now there's a key level here on the weekly. You can see that, it's pretty obvious. Resistance, 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 support. Go along, resistance. That is a massive level, massive psychological level probably in terms of the life cycle of Ethereum. You need to know these. You need to learn your coins inside and out. So what you need to do is, in my opinion, don't have to do it like this, but weekly time frame is probably the best in terms of crypto. Find key levels where things turn around now and then mark it off. Mark it as a little box. There's one there, all right? Cool. What do you need to do with it? Well, if you make it a little bit more refined, a little bit bigger, bring it all the way along. That is an investment box for Ethereum. Now, in terms of layout, you can have it however you want. Personally, change it. I've got mine set out to weekly so I can see buy zones. Now, again, if you so wish to, you can like map it out throughout to the 2021. That be. So there's one. You zoom in a little bit and you find another one. The other one is pretty simple. And we're going to go through this one again. And, this area here is kind of key. Where these wicks are, where it's turned around, where these previous areas are. Rejection, back in a support on the top of this region. This region here, I like it. So we're going to go a little bit higher this time. We're probably going to use that region there. Not going to make it too big. But again, if you so wish to make this even better, you could always just copy and paste. You don't have to, but it's entirely up to you how you want to do it. And let's make that one just a little bit smaller. There we go. Cool. We're going to start copy and pasting now. It's easy. And we're going to do one more. Okay. This level here. Okay. See it? You got this level here. Spot, spot, spot. Bounce. Resistance. Spot. Key region. Key level. Okay. They are your 3 buy the dip levels. Now, tip number 1. Don't go all in on this level. Just wait. Now, how does it look on the daily? Well, when you look at the daily, it's actually looking like this. And these are your buy the dip moments. You can kind of see they are kind of obvious in terms of levels. How do they respect? Well, they do. They're little weekly zones. They're your dipping zones. If it dips into here, buy a little bit. It could turn around. If it goes into here, buy a little bit more. It could turn around. Buy a little bit more. And if it goes even lower, well, you got these pivot points here. Minus, ignore those ones. But that is kind of how you do it. And we're going to go through some more. So please do stick around. I'm going to reveal some more coins. Next one, for the XRP fans, we're going to do XRP because, well, why not? I do apologise, by the way. Windy, coming into here, probably distorting the sound a little bit. So again, go on to the weekly time frame on XRP. Now the XRP one is a bit harder to do. Why? We don't have enough data. We do have data. We know we've got data. We've got the weekly pivots. But what I will say is this: if you are buying XRP, you got one real key buy zone that you can go for, and that's obviously the bottom here, between 19 and 18 cents. We're going to stick it on there, easily peasy lemon squeezy. In between these wicks here, I'm going to go right the way across. That is your next buy zone for XRP. If you are buying the dip, boys and girls, if you are buying the dip, that is. So XRP is easy. Obviously, if you go to another chart, you'll probably find other elements of support and resistance at 14 cents, 10 cents, 9 cents, whatever. But if you're using just Binance, just wait for it to go lower than this first, and then readjust. So easy peasy lemon squeezy, that one. ADA, Cardano, or however you want to say it, because I always get put off by what people say. Now there's a few little things on here that I want to mention. Why? I've already marked out my little buying zones on current price action, right? If you go back, I did a video, I'm investing in this. Why am I investing in it? Cool, awesome. I also said I'm going to accumulate. I sold up here on this candle. It wasn't that high, it was in between this box actually. I missed the boat on the original. So if you're wondering what this little is here, this is an indicator I co-founded. As you can see, it tells you when momentum's change. It is incredible. It is incredible. Again, that free link below, you get it in that. It's awesome. Great value. So I've also put Fibonacci on here as well, just to see where it is in terms of top to bottom. This is obviously the 618 key level. But again, profit areas could be actually as high as this if it does turn around and it goes onto another leg, but I don't think that's possible right now. I think buying the dip is perfectly normal right now. And this is the next key level here for this asset. Now, looking at the weekly again, I want to say, let's put another one in. Now, I'm just going to copy paste these ones because why not? The next level is obviously here. Okay, you can see that. You can see this region here. Cool. Really, really obvious, really, really easy to see. And again, if you want to have another one, you want to go to the floor, you can put another one, if you so wish to. I think it was that one. Yep. Down here. Okay. So I'm hoping this is genuinely helping. I want to move this one down a little tab, just so it covers a little bit more. There you go. Wicks right into that. Awesome. And again, big drop here. Huge. There is a key level kind of in around here, but it's not as strong. You know, whereas this one has been hit a lot of times. It's obviously a key level in some ways, you could argue. Probably is a key level, but it's on the 618, so you kind of know that. You kind of know it's kind of a key level, that. So you don't have to go to town with all your markings. But if you are looking for a genuine kind of idea of where to go, you know, it's kind of key. And again, this is your areas that you can invest in. Awesome. If you want to know what it looks like on the 4-hour time frame and how it respects, you can do these little zones. Obviously, you don't want to make your chart too messy, but you can kind of see how they do respect, and we are currently on, well, we're going below that region, which is kind of key. Not good. The next one we're going to look at is Litecoin, because why not? Litecoin always gets a bit of a run around, does well in some cases, but again, this is kind of a one with not much data on it. I will advise you on that. I'd say that kind of obviously. This is your next level, obvious level. If you just zoom into it, real turning point. This is your next key level. Obviously, make that a little bit smaller so it's not huge, but between 43 and 38 dollars essentially, or maybe a little bit lower. Cool. That is your next key level essentially for Litecoin. Kind of obvious. And if you want to go even deeper than that, you know, simple really. You go down to this region here, which is obviously the wicks where the bottoms are. Probably just go a little bit higher. 28 cents. Not a bad area to be. But if you are looking at potentially buying now, there's also a little key level here as well. Not the greatest level. It is a level nonetheless. It does use the support and resistance quite well, but there's not much in terms of like showing off, you know, genuine support. It's kind of broken through it. You know, that's a problem. So this one's weaker. Why? If you look at all the other ones, they've been used twice. They've been used, obviously that one hasn't. That's obviously been support. We don't know past data. But what I will say is, on this one, this is probably the strongest. Why? Because we've had it come down into that region, went back down, it stopped, came back up. It's also been used as resistance as well, support and resistance in two ways. When you can see that how it's been hit, like once there, came back, smash through, support, bang. That makes sense? Hope it does. So there you go. That is another key level, which is very important. Again, if you look at the price ranges, not too bad at all. And, you know, like I say, put a little bit in, 5%, 10%, whatever, into certain levels. And gradually, the lower it goes, the more your equity will obviously go further. One more to go through is Tezos XTZ. We don't have much data on this one, I'm afraid. So apologies. We're going to use a daily time frame for this one just to show you it. Now, again, this has only been around for a little bit of like time, but you can see the key levels where things have actually went up, turned, stopped, kind of like. So this region here is key. Again, resistance here, came back up, breakout. Once upon breaking out, it came down. You can see by these wicks, if I zoom in, it went up, it retested that region, in and around that region anyways, and then popped off again. So you're looking at some key levels. Obviously, the pivot points are helpful, but again, if you are looking for a key level, I would definitely bung one there, just in case, because you never know how low these can go. I don't know what I've just done there. What have I done there? Go away. I'm putting all kinds of alerts and shit on my chart here. Never mind, I'll leave it as it is. But that's one key level. Key level. And again, boom, one in here. That is a very, this is a much stronger one. Obviously, resistance, bang, resistance, off, support, off we go. Cool. And you could probably say, let's put one up here, just so you can see it. For whatever reason, based on price data, this has stopped and turned around here. So that is also a key level to keep an eye on. So I hope you're getting some kind of benefit from this video. It's a bit random, I know, but I want to explain something as well. I'm doing a challenge. I'm doing 30 videos in March, starting from today, the 1st of March. We're going to go all the way through every single day. I want to try and do a video every day. The timing will be different. It'll be released at evening time UK to kind of catch more people. And we're going to try and grow the living shit out of this channel. We're going to make it big. We're going to make it awesome. So in terms of technical analysis and stuff like that, more of that will be coming. Knowledge like this in terms of simple sort of stuff, in terms of allowing you to kind of improve as an investor, as a trader. And that's kind of how that looks in terms of that coin there as an asset. Easy, really, you know, as key levels of consolidation. That is where you need to be buying your coins, where things have actually stopped, turned around and stayed there for a little bit, or turned around. Simple, really. That's where the buyers are, that's where the sellers are as well in some cases, depending on what way you're turning. So hope this is helpful. Obviously, let's look at Ethereum. This is the one I'm more interested in because I trade this more actively. This is going to, in my opinion, think it's going to come down into this region between 180 and roughly 195 is probably the next key level, where it's been in and around for a while, had decent consolidation periods within it. So if you are thinking about investing in any coin, do that first. So there you go, today's video done. Buying the dip, March is here. Could get pretty hairy, but please, please, please put a little amount in each one. Start off with 10%, 20%, whatever. Keep gradually adding as it goes down. You do not want to get caught. You don't want to go 100% here. You will definitely 110%, million% lose.